I'm going to recreate a meal I've only tasted one single time. Let's get into this. Backstory, so in New York, I had this steak sandwich with horseradish, caramelized onions with a side of Parmesan truffle fries and a garlic aioli. It was so mouthwateringly delicious that when I got home, that's all I could think about. And not knowing of any restaurant that sells something similar, I decided I'm going to make it myself. How hard could it be? Did I look for a recipe? No, I'm going on vibes alone because I'm a big dog. Wait, I can do my bark better. Okay, so first step, caramelized onions. I assume that this is going to take the longest based on when I've watched Gordon Ramsay.
Joe, it takes about 4 hours to caramelize the onions.
So I chopped up my onions into slitters. What is this cut called? It's called silver? Onion silvers? Anyway, cut up a whole sweet onion, which I thought would be enough, but as I soon will learn, it's never enough, is it? It's never enough. So I added to a cold pan with some olive oil. Then I added some salt just to balance out the sweetness of it, because when caramelized onions get really sweet because you're breaking down the enzymes. And I also added some water, which will break down the enzymes of the onions faster. And I've made this a second time since the time I made this. And if you just add like 4 cups of water, then it can break down in 15 minutes. This took me an hour to do because I was scared of adding too much water. But really, can you add too much water? And if there's one takeaway from this video, it's that caramelized onions are so easy to make. I just put a top on it and let it cook down. The next hurdle to jump would be the potatoes. I was going to use some frozen potatoes, but I realized I don't have frozen potatoes, so we have to go with good old fresh potatoes. So I began cooking that. I began peeling those, which was a little hard because they were slippery, but I used about 6 medium to small size potatoes. But if I was using roasted potatoes, I probably only use maybe 2 or 3. And this made 4 servings worth of fries. So just keep that in mind. So now that my potatoes are all nice and peeled, I'm going to slice them up into French fry looking pieces. They don't look exactly like French fries, but if you squint and just eat them fast enough, you really won't be able to tell the difference in shape. And that's all that matters, as long as it tastes good. I'm not striving for perfection, I'm striving for deliciousness. Now it's time to recheck on the caramelized onions. As we can see, they have started to break down. I just added a knob of butter, and then I added about a cup more water and then put the top back on to let it cook down even more. This is the meat that I'm using. I'm using ribeye and some leftover pieces of meat that I had in the refrigerator. But back to the French fries. I am going to use a seasoned flour, which means flour with seasonings. Self-explanatory. I don't know why I said that. But I added the flour to this large bowl, and I also added some paprika for color, and also garlic powder, onion powder, some salt, and some pepper. Then, after just stirring it around to get all the seasonings incorporated in the flour, I just went ahead and threw all the fries in there, and then began tossing it a little bit to make sure they're evenly coated before they go in the good old hot vegetable oil. And after about 20 minutes, the caramelized onions are done. Now I'm back on the meat. So I'm seasoning the meats because I'm cooking it last so it can be hot and fresh with salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and some parsley. That was it. The second time I made this, I just used all ribeye, but when I record this video, I had these really thin cuts of beef in my refrigerator left, so I just went ahead and threw that all on there. After searing that, I like to keep a little pink in the middle just to keep it juicy as best as you can. And then I got these white fresh sub rolls from my grocery store's bakery, but you can use white sub rolls or just French rolls if you don't have that. And to make the Parmesan truffle fries, just grate a few teaspoons of Parmigiano Reggiano. I added some parsley and a little bit of white truffle oil or black truffle oil, whichever. I like both. They do have a different taste though. After stirring that up, I toasted the white bread, got it all nice and crispy. I thought I had horseradish, but once again, I am mistaken. I did not have horseradish. So I just used regular Hellmann's mayo, and then I added the Hellmann's garlic aioli. Not better than making your own, but at this point, I was just ready to eat. And as you can see, these caramelized onions cooked down to 3 tablespoons. I don't know why I didn't guess that, but it was okay. It was perfect. Then I added this fresh spring green mix and added my steak with the American cheese melted on top. And then I also have a little au jus from the steak juice on the side. And here it is, the steak sandwich with caramelized onions, a garlic aioli, and Parmesan truffle fries. The full recipe will be in the description. It was so delicious. I really recommend you trying this recipe. And if you like horseradish, use the horseradish. It was so good when I had it the first time. But I would have to say mine is better because I made it and I love my cooking. But with that being said, thank you for watching this video. If you aren't having a great day, I hope you have a better one tomorrow. Don't forget to read a page of something that you enjoy, and don't be a jive turkey. Like, share, and subscribe, or not, it's your prerogative, but thanks for watching this video anyway, and I'll see you later.